There we were, dumped on the side of the tracks in the middle of nowhere. Unfortunately, the audio on my camera was not working correctly. Needless to say, Phil, Kyle, and myself would be working our way down to Biscotasing, a small town on the rail line, over the next 5 days. Along the way, we would be doing a fair amount of fishing, and it wasn't long before Kyle hooked into his first fish.
Too small, right?
Yeah.
I'll help you out. Show me where to grab it, because I don't even know. Is it going to flip on me? Sorry.
It's all good.
After about 3 hours of leisurely paddling covering 12.5 kilometers, we reached an island campsite for our first night. We were greeted by 2 rough grouse who seemed to call the island home. The site had 2 areas for us to set up in, and I took the north side, while Kyle and Phil set up on the south. Soon the steaks were on the fire, and potatoes on the stove. After dinner, Kyle and I went out to try our luck for an evening fish fry.
Well, I'm not skunked, but this guy's too small. Far too small. But we know they're here. Kyle's got something. A nice size pickerel. No, it's all good. Let's get another one. Hopefully it's not anything better. Enough for a little bit of a snack we'll do tonight.
It was a very clear night, and I was able to capture some decent star shots that included the northern lights that I didn't notice until editing. It was another perfect bluebird sky day, so we quickly had breakfast and admired a bald eagle on a nearby island. These birds have had a remarkable comeback in the last 20 years since DDT was banned. They were removed from the endangered species list in 2007, and a nest was even found in Toronto this year. Soon we were packed up and shoved off. Paddling was easy as we had a decent tailwind. We trolled as we went, but we're traveling quite quickly, so didn't have any luck. We even tried some sailing, but the wind was too inconsistent. After about 3 hours, we stopped for a quick lunch break on a rocky point. We continued for a total of 17 kilometers, but we did have to backtrack to find a camp. Okay, pretty tight quarters here tonight. I'm gonna stay in the tent. Kyle's gonna try his hammock again. And Phil's over here in his tent. But this is basically the only open spots of the site. So, pretty tight quarters, but that's alright. We'll all just chill out on the front porch. After setting up and relaxing for a bit, we gathered some firewood and put on dinner. While eating, we had several large flocks of sandhill cranes flying over, heading south. Their numbers have also increased to the point that they may be a huntable species in Ontario in the next few years. After dinner, Kyle and myself went out for another evening fish.
Kyle got another walleye. Maybe we'll have another snack tonight. I finally got something. That's a pike, I believe. Yep. Oh shit, sorry. Yay, a pike.
While sitting by the fire, we noticed a red glow on the horizon. So at the campsite, there's a in memoriam, a little plaque here for somebody who passed away back in 2019. There is a photo here with it though that's harder to see a little bit, but has them catching a 42-inch pike on this lake. So there are some big pike in here. Photo looks dated though, probably early 80s, maybe late 70s, but still pretty cool to see.
I guess I'll come back and pick up Phil. You can survive with that? So that's Ray's camp, which is the only fishing camp on here. Not sure, I assume it might be fly-in, or if they do the train to get in. But either way, fishing camp that you can actually come do fishing. All right, we made it to the East Ramsey Dam, which we believe is where the portage is. We've got out and checked on the east side of it, but didn't find anything, so we're hopeful there's something on the west side, as there is a boat there that's stashed. Otherwise, hopefully we don't have to go all the way around to the other dam. Maybe we just do a bushwhack portage. All right, found the portage, which is good. It's a nice ATV trail, I guess, for probably supplying the camp. There's a nice big dock at the end, so it's not too far, maybe 100 and some odd meters long. So nice easy portage. First of the two we're doing today. Second one being the rail cart one that is at the bottom of Biscotasing Lake into Island Lake. We're at the bottom of the dam. This would be all the dam control, water flow gauges and everything, probably run by the solar. But there is a campsite sign at the bottom of the portage heading up, so we're wondering if it might be up here, considering you got an outhouse right here, which is kind of handy. But the ATV is stored in the garage up there. go-kart portage. Hopefully we can use this. I'm just wondering if it needs to be pushed out further so we can float onto it. Wonder if it still works. So there's a notice on the go-kart to have it removed by November 31st, 2013. Needless to say, I don't think it's happening. Well, we found the campsite, unfortunately. I don't know of any other sites around here, but this one is overly well used with people trying to melt their water bottles and garbage everywhere, and even 2 cases of water still left here. It's rather disgusting, but we'll clean up what we can, but we won't be able to take out all this stuff, unfortunately. Well, we've established our tent city. It's supposed to rain tonight, so putting up extra cover. Phil's in the tent. That's mine. Kyle's going to try it again and do hammock camping with a tarp covered, so he should be good. We have our cooking area down here. There were tables here. Not sure why or why they wanted to bring them all in, but they did. But otherwise, yeah, that's our site. And we've cleaned up all the garbage and the full garbage bag almost with all the crap that was left here. Rather annoying.
traveled 15 kilometers that day. The site was overused, so we forego the fire and just enjoyed the stars. These are an awesome quick meal. All you have to do is pour some water in, 12 minutes, and then fry them up. I thought it was gonna sizzle. Well, looks like we're in for some rain today. It's on the forecast, so not unexpected. All right, all cleaned up. Unfortunately, we can't take out the 2 cases of water and the garbage that was left here, but there's just no room in our canoes or anything for that. So, but otherwise, we've cleaned up as best we can. A lot better than what it was when we found it, that's for sure.
I've come to the end of the lake, and there's another dam, so it's just a matter of trying to find out where the portage is that goes into the next unnamed lake.
Well, it's officially raining. This is a portage at the end of Indian Lake into an unknown lake, and then eventually into, I think it's Saddle Lake. There's another portage at the end, or about a kilometer away, and then we'll be into the Hogsback channel.
Hopefully you guys heard that. That's a female moose calling in heat. Hopefully there's not a bull around, but pretty cool. Well, we found the next portage and it's marked. There's a sign over here, so it's easily defined at least. The camera. Well, it looks to be a bit of a lift over. I think this is the last thing we have to jump across before we're paddling without portaging anymore today. Next year.
Okay, ready?
Yep. In high water, that would have been much easier to do. But still wasn't too bad. Well, we made an error. What we just went through wasn't the liftover as I thought it was. It's going to be this section here. Oh well, live and learn. Bit of a steeper end of the portage than we were expecting. You have to go up and around to the right before getting back up onto the rocks up at the top there to the left. Oh well, all fun and games. Beautiful outlet though. This is beautiful through here. Weird cedar growing directly out of the rock.
Unfortunately, the rain returned with a slight cold breeze out of the north, so we were quite chilled by the time we found a site.
Well, it looks like we found our campsite for the night. We're actually just outside of Biscotasing, so it's an easy paddle in the morning to catch the train. Well, we were all set up and we got here, at least some dry coverage. A bit hypothermic. I think all of us were a little bit chilled by the time we got here, so we're all having a spot of tea for the moment to warm up. But it does look like it might clear. The weather forecast says possibly rain by 6, but I have a feeling we might be in for it being clear tonight now, which will be good.
Initially, we were only hoping to do 15 kilometers before finding a site. However, it took us to 22 kilometers before we found something we could stay at.
Gonna make up some bannock this morning for breakfast. I think we have some cheese left over, so we'll add it in as well, and that'll be a good breakfast. The tricky part with bannock is just having enough water, just enough. All right, guys, this is our last campsite. We're heading out to Biscotasing. It's only about 2.5 kilometers away, where we get picked up by the train again. I'll maybe just put a montage of different things around the town when we get there, closing out. But awesome trip. Other than the weather yesterday, can't have it all the time, but beautiful sunny day to go out on today. So awesome trip.
Great trip. Great trip.
Thanks,
Take care,
guys, for
guys.
coming. Keep watching, and if you like this content, I'll put out more. Thanks. You can see up there on the hill the chimney and an old fireplace. The cabin's obviously been burnt down, but that's what remains of the old cabin that was here. So electricity for Biscotasing is just a generator, diesel generator, just off the side of the tracks here. Yeah. Oh, make sure it's running? Oh, I think they're like 1 o'clock or something.
Yeah, he's in shop low right now, so 20 bucks.
All right.
Thank you.
Very cool.
We made an error in booking our train tickets. If you happen to do this trip, don't book return from Ramsey, as the train stopped and looked for us there. Hence why they blew by us in Biscotasing. They did come back and get us, obviously. Also, because it is a single track, you will have to wait on the siding sometimes for freight trains to pass. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you on the next one.